So the question remains in the roller coaster community, is Orion a Giga? And I'm here to answer this question over this video, and you'll see and you'll hear many different things. You're mainly going to see POVs of Orion and then a couple other things that I'm going to discuss about during this video to clarify that yes, Orion is a Giga Coaster. And I don't know where this debate all started at, and this is, I'm not reading a script, I'm not doing anything like that. This is just me going on an informational, fact-based rant so that we could close the case once and for all that Orion is indeed a Giga Coaster. So what classifies as a Giga Coaster? Well, a Giga Coaster is a coaster that's anywhere between 300 to 399 feet. And you ask yourself, well, does that count the lift hill or does it count the drop? And I've done a lot of research in this area in the roller coaster community, and I could honestly tell you there's a debate that says if a coaster is not 300 feet tall on the lift hill, even though the drop is more than that, that the coaster itself is not a Giga. That it makes absolutely no sense to me, because when you're looking at roller coasters, now if you base a roller coaster off of a lift hill, then I don't know what the rest of your ride experience you want it to be. Most coasters are based off of the drop. So there's a lot of coasters out there that use the terrain to their advantage. Orion is another one of these coasters, people. So Orion has a lift hill of 287 feet. 287 feet into a 300-foot drop. And you ask, well, why is it only 287 feet? Well, those of us that have been to Kings Island, that know a lot about Kings Island, know that it's a terrain-based park. It's kind of like Kennywood, which is located in Pennsylvania, that uses a terrain on Phantom's Revenge. It's the same concept. There was many arguments stating that that coaster also cannot be a hyper due to the fact that the first drop of the actual coaster is not 200 feet. It doesn't actually hit 200 feet until the second hill that it descends upon. But it's still a hyper coaster because one of the drops exceeds that criteria. Same thing here with Orion. Now, Orion on the first drop is going to hit that criteria. So many people question that, and yes, there is a 13-foot difference of elevation between the top of the hill to the descent at the bottom of the hill. And you ask yourself, well, how can that be? They're lying. No, you cannot lie on something like that. There's been elevation surveys that have taken place, blueprints, measurements done by professionals that know more about the design and manufacturing of building a roller coaster than you and I do. And these blueprints were submitted up to the office for approval where Kings Island is based out of. So whatever county they're based out of. And that county approved it based on the fact that the blueprint stated that this coaster was going to peak at 287 and drop at 300 feet on the first lift hill. And you could debate all day long, well, B&M hasn't called their roller coasters a Giga ever, and that's not true. If that was true, then why, you go ahead and look at the photo above, why at IAAPA did B&M state that Orion was a Giga Coaster? Are you saying that they were under pressure from Cedar Fair? Because Cedar Fair and Intamin originally came up with the term Giga back when Millennium Force was built. That it's a coaster between 300 to 399 feet. And before that, And a little bit after that, B&M didn't consider a coaster a Giga because that wasn't, I don't know. There's a bunch of discussion that goes on in the roller coaster community about this. And the real question you have to be asking yourself, if you're basing a whole emphasis of a ride off of just one drop, then I guess you might as well just go find a roller coaster that has a 300-foot drop and classifies itself as a Giga, because a 300-foot or above lift hill into a 300-foot or above drop, because nothing's going to satisfy you. You probably don't want to be satisfied with the fact, maybe you don't like Giga coasters, maybe you want to complain about every little detail and aspect, even though you probably don't know a lot about how engineering works and how like I said, how the design and the actual build process of a roller coaster actually happens. Now, I could sit here all day and argue and debate with everybody, but the classification of a Giga coaster is between 300 to 399 feet. Orion meets that classification. There is no discussion. There is no argument. This coaster is a Giga coaster. So what? It hits 300 feet. Boo-hoo, it doesn't hit 355, 315. It hits the exact mark of 300 feet. That is a Giga coaster. And I'm sorry that you're not satisfied with the fact that a park adds a roller coaster every 3 years, with Banshee getting added in 2014, Mystic Timbers in 2017, and now you have Orion getting added in 2020. I'm sorry that you're not satisfied with that. And I'm sorry that you're going to judge the ride the whole time you're waiting in line until you finally get to ride it. And judging from the POV and judging from what I'm seeing being built, it's going to be a great coaster. It might not be the best coaster that you ever rode, but it's a new coaster. And while many parks don't even add coasters like that every 3 years, Kings Island's been doing it from 2014 to 2020. You should be satisfied and happy that you're getting something. I'm not going to lie, I thought that the coaster was going to be taller, faster, and longer, but it sits at 91 miles per hour. 91 miles per hour, that is pretty fast. And we're not going to offer any comparison because one that's built at Cedar Point was designed by Intamin. This one's designed by B&M. B&M this has experience building Giga coasters. I'm pretty sure that they know what they're doing, and I'm pretty sure they're going to offer a good ride experience. It's very rare that I've ridden any type of B&Ms where I've had anything but a great ride experience. And that's me just being point and blank and not stating anything else other than the fact of the matter is that B&M is a well-known manufacturer that manufactures coasters all over the world. And they know what they're doing when they designed and they built the Giga coaster known as Orion. So to end this, discussion, I'm not going to answer any questions. I know there's going to be somebody in the comments, and that's fine. Comment below if you disagree with what I have stated on this video. But Orion is a Giga coaster. End of the discussion, period. You could argue with me all day, all night, what the classification of a Giga coaster is, and I'm not going to get into a huge argument with you. So if you are a roller coaster enthusiast or a member of the roller coaster community, you should know that Orion is a Giga coaster, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say. That ends my discussion, my rant, whatever you want to say on it. Let's just enjoy this roller coaster being built at Kings Island, and thank the friendly folks at Kings Island and B&M for building us a brand new roller coaster. And I know many of you are going to sit here and enjoy this because there's been discussions and you're tired of hearing this argument. And I appreciate you guys paying attention throughout this whole video and listening to my rant on the fact of the matter is that Orion is a Giga coaster, period. If you like other videos like this or discussions like this, please like, subscribe, and share our content. Also follow us on our other formats on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and sometimes Snapchat. Also visit us on patreon.com/Midwest Coaster Fans to enter into our $1 to $5 tier system to offer exclusive content. This is Chris signing off for Midwest Coaster Fans. Until next time, thank you again for watching our video.